30 minutes of power.
Welcome to 30 Minutes of Power, a podcast dedicated to educate, encourage, and inspire godly people to use their power to empower others. Join your hosts, Jori O'Neale and Nicole Salter, as they share powerful insights on how you can use your God-given talents and gifts to make a positive impact in the world.
Welcome to another lovely episode of 30 Minutes of Power, TOP, your one-stop shop for all things encouraging, motivational, and inspirational. It's your girl, Jori O'Neale, and we've got a returning guest, people. The one, the only, Linda Faye Ray. Hey, TT.
All right. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Hello, everybody out there on Facebook.
Yeah, what's going on? Say hi to the people.
Hi, people.
So Nicole could not join us because she's enjoying her family in SeaWorld, and we miss her, but we have TT Linda back to help us continue this conversation of worthiness and habits. And so I want to start off by saying thank you, TT, for joining us today. And we're going to jump straight into this conversation. When you hear the word worthy, what comes to mind? What types of feelings or thoughts does that bring up for you?
Would have to make me think about, am I worthy of different things? I don't know exactly what, because praise is one, but worthiness is, to me, is what I think God will feel about me. Am I worthy for his love?
I like that. Let's do it. So can you think of a time, maybe like your childhood or like your teenage years, where you maybe first question your sense of worthiness? Because we're talking about now, right? As a grown woman, having lived through some things.
Well, of course I have. I questioned my worthiness all the time when I was a teenager, because, so many things going on. I was doing things that I knew wasn't right. And was I doing them because I thought I wasn't worthy? I had no self-worth. And that's why a lot of things I did, I know I did, because of my self-worth. I didn't think I was worthy of anything but to settle for what I was getting. And if I hadn't, I was thinking about that yesterday. If I hadn't, what if I hadn't did a lot of settling? You know what I'm saying? Where would I be now? But I just settled. I was getting by, so that was it. I thought I was in love, wasn't. That was it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for me. Okay, I'll give you an example. I was proposed to, okay? And I turned this man down, which he would have been a very wonderful husband. I turned him down because I did not think I was worthy of him for the things that I had already done in my life. And I could not put him to rest. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So where did that come from, though? These feelings of needing to settle, or feelings of not feeling enough for this particular gentleman?
The other gentleman that I was messing around with, I thought I always wanted to be a fast girl. I wanted this one, I wanted that one. I did not want to be with that one man because I didn't think I would be happy. Or we're talking lividly, satisfied to be with him when I was being satisfied over here, but that wasn't the answer. It wasn't the answer. I, you know, I tell, it's like if you put your heart and your trust into someone, you two will work all those other things out. I didn't know that as a teenager. I left home at age 16? I was gone. from home with the child. So I was just taking what this man took me in, which was the wrong man. Absolutely wrong. But I was there with him. And we did a whole lot of things I shouldn't have done. So that took away my self-worthiness, really. I wasn't worthy to have a good man because of the life that I lived back then. So that's what all that was for. All that was about. And you
So
making me think about some things I ain't thought about in a long time. Go ahead.
listen, this is what the show is for, right? 30 minutes of power. We trying to get to the root. We need to get to the root so we can pull it up and make some new fruits from the tree, right? So
If you can help someone, yeah.
I mean, because here's the thing. Do you mind me sharing how many years you've been on the planet? It's okay.
No, I
Okay,
don't mind.
so you tell the audience like how many years have you been blessed here on the earth?
Right now it's 69. In a couple of months it'll be 70. So I've been here 70 years.
70 years. Okay, so in the 70 years of wisdom that you have acquired, I think anyone who even is older than you or younger, I think anyone can benefit from that level of introspection and self-reflection, right? And so what caused you to, I guess, desire this fast life that you initially talked about? Was it societal norms? Was it feeling like you had to go against what maybe like your parents were talking about? And I'm asking these questions because these are themes that are current now, right? As a high school teacher, a lot of the choices, because it sounds like you placed your worthiness in your decision making. And if you made a good choice, then you felt worthy. And if you made a not good choice in your eyes, then you felt unworthy. Is this, am I?
Yeah, that's kind of getting on it. I felt a lot of things because, for one thing, I was just, I don't know, I was just out there. My mom, if I'd have listened to my mom, I would have been a whole lot different. But no, I couldn't listen to my mom. I was like, everything when she said yay, I said nay. You understand what I'm saying? Until it got so bad that my mom kicked me out. So, and one time I did not come back to feeling a certain way, but I needed to change some things until I found out my mom worried about me so badly that she had pulled strands of hair out of her own head. I had made her worry about, and I'm like, no, 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 I can't do this to my mother. So that started a change to go back this way, in me. Because, as young girls, we sometimes feel unloved. And that does a lot to our self-worth if you feel unloved. But, it's not that you're not loved, it's the way you're feeling, not the way the person that you want, like I could say, a parent. You could think, and then, as I reflected over the years, my mother loved the hell out of me. She did. And I used to think she did. You know what I'm saying? I used to really feel like she didn't love me. But she was just trying to get me to go in a direction that I needed to go in order to tackle this life on another level than the level that I was on. Okay? I was on a level where I thought John, Dick, and Harry was what I needed. And I only needed to settle myself down and get John. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of promiscuity out here. And a lot of young girls need to sit back and realize he don't want you. He don't want you at all. He don't want you. And as a 70-year-old woman, I know what I discovered through the years. He didn't want me. He didn't want me at all. He didn't want what he could get. I ain't have no money, so you know what he got. And it was just that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing. You know, things don't change so much in life. They just, this, you know, there's an old saying on the street. I don't know, you probably heard it. The game is the same, only the players change. You see what I'm saying? And that's it. The game is the same, only the players change. At one time, if it wasn't for my brother Philip, I would have been dead out in the street because this man came to our house, be out of there, physically take me out. And my brother put a revolver between his eyes and he backed his butt up down them stairs. I never saw him again. But he was going to take me and put me on the street. Because I must say, I was a cute young girl. I was really cute.
Well, you still cute, TT.
And I'm talking about back then, I was fine. I was cute. But yeah. But I did some things, and talking candidly to some of these young girls might help. If you help one, you have accomplished a lot. And that's a lot with talking candidly and not trying to sugarcoat it. You know, not trying to sugarcoat. You might use some words that you shouldn't. People might say you shouldn't use with a teenager. Oh yeah, you need to use those words because they need to understand. Give us the words they use. And the same words they use, and you know it as a teacher. Give them just the words they use. And so why should I say, oh girl, don't go have sex? Why don't I say, girl, don't go F? It ain't gonna get you nothing because that's the word she gonna use.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's where we need to break it down. And when we talking about young girls, we got to break it down and really grasp these young girls.
So I'm hearing, right, this is you now kind of talking to your former self, right? Looking back on the things that you did. Can you identify or pinpoint like specific accomplishments or achievements that started helping you build that self-worth? So maybe we can like create like a little roadmap or like a little game playbook for people who are struggling with their self-worth, who may be engaged in promiscuity, who may be settling for something less than their best life.
When I went to beauty culture school, that gave me a sense of, oh, I can do this. And I can do this without them. I can do this on my own. And then later, after I got out of there, then when I got the job at the airport, that was another stumbling block. I liked that job. And it was like, it made me feel good about myself because the people around me, the young ladies around me, that's what I said, we have to talk candidly. I used to talk to them all the time. They come, Miss Linda, can I talk to you? You sure can. I don't stop them from talking, but I would tell them what they need. And that helped my self-worth too. You know, for people to want to come and take your advice or get advice from you. That helps a lot too. In certain things. Yeah.
So increasing your ability to be independent of those people that you found, I guess, security in, or you found comfort in, being able to kind of detach yourself from them and stand on your own 2 feet was something that helped you feel more confident, more worthy.
Right.
And then feeling like you could help someone, that you had something worth giving, that people actually wanted to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And these girls on my job, they actually, because it's a couple of girls that was in the church with us that came to me and said, I can't believe you did these things. They call me Auntie Linda, you know. Yeah, I did, but it's for me to tell you because we had a couple of us had a couple of candid conversations. And it's for me to tell you so that maybe you won't make the same mistake I made. by depending on somebody that you shouldn't depend on. And that's 90 times out of 10, Jory, it's a man. It's a man. And we can see that man has nothing good for us, nothing good in store for us. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that we have said to ourselves, I love him. I really love him. You don't love nothing. So, like I said, and he don't love you. It's just what you want, what he wants at that moment.
Thinking about the people who came to, I guess, solicit your advice, or you were able to give input to, you said young girls, right? Either young girls in the church, young girls at your job. Having two sons, what was the dynamic like in helping them establish their worthiness? Or is it like an afterthought? Because your experiences were different as a woman, and now you're raising two men. So how does that translate?
Ryan, my oldest son, actually had the help of my brothers, my stepfather. Romeo only had me. You understand what I'm saying? But I came to the realization a long time ago that a woman cannot raise a man to be a man.
Can you say that again
You
for
can
the
help
people
them
in the
along
back?
the way.
Say it one more time for the people in the back, because they
Okay. A woman cannot raise a man. She cannot raise a boy to be a man. That child has to have some input from a man. Some man that he can go talk to. Because you can't do it. You can sit up. That's why I don't let anybody tell me Happy Father's Day. I'm not nobody's father. You understand what I'm saying? Let's stop women trying to take that from the man. But you cannot raise a boy to be a man. And that's just that simple. You have Ron. You and Ron could raise your boys to be man. And it's gonna be more input from him than you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be much more input from him than you. As far as them girls, you can take them on where they gotta go. But you can't take them.
You can take them too. It's okay.
He can't take them too. But a lot of people need to realize we as women, we can't raise a man to be a man. A young boy to be a man.
You've given advice to girls at the church. You've given advice to women on your job. You now have an opportunity to speak to maybe the 180 people who usually watch these lives on the Mondays. I count my numbers. What advice would you give young women that they can implement? Two things they can do now that would start helping them build their worthiness.
First of all, pray. First of all, and most for pray. Ask God for what you need. And then be truthful about what you need and what you don't need. If something is like, let's say like abuse. A lot of young girls are being abused out here. You don't need nobody hitting on you. You don't need nobody verbally abusing you to make you feel like nothing. They ain't making you feel like nothing. You don't need that. That's the first thing you need to get away from real quick. Real quick. But you can pray, you can talk to people. I won't say people so much as being successful, Joy, because people that's being successful are good in their arena. But a lot of times they're hiding. They have secrets and they can't help you. That's why I say pray. I have been praying for a while. Sometimes I'm not as good as I should be at it. But when I get into a fix, it helps me. God will speak to you. He will tell you, He will give you something in your spirit that'll tell you to go the other way. And run, don't walk. Do not pass go. Do not go to jail.
Don't collect those $200 either.
Don't collect them $200. No, and leave it alone. You can figure out some things for yourself. You can work on some things on yourself, even if you think you're in the most lowest position. A lot of people in the lowest position is the ones that shoot straight up because they pray. They pray and they ask God. And I will say something else. A church, a preacher, all of that is good, but you got to make a relationship with God yourself. You got to listen to God yourself. He can't tell you nothing how to live. He can tell you how to go read that Bible. But you, like I said, some people, even in a position of being a pastor or whatever, is hiding stuff. They're hiding stuff too. And see, then when it comes out, you so hurt. No, God said, do not put anybody up there like on a pedestal or whatever. You don't worship no preacher. And you see a lot of people out here worshiping a preacher. Yeah, okay. When he get through, and I ain't speaking bad of the preacher. Some good preachers out there. I know one. So that's it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Any parting words of wisdom, words of encouragement for people?
I encourage all the women out there to look inside yourselves, to pray, and just move yourself forward. We all have times. I get so sad sometimes. I won't say depressed because I don't believe I'm depressed, but I get sad sometimes because I be like, why is all these years things are not working for me? But we can all feel that. And you can feel that at one time. Just don't give up. I'm 70 and I ain't gonna give up on what I think I need to do. I ain't gonna give up on things I need to do.
I love that. Don't give up. Don't give up. Pray. Look within. Look above. Just keep moving.
Just keep moving.
I love all that. Thank you so much, TT Leonard, for joining us on the podcast. Appreciate you. Appreciate your heart. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your candidness, right? Telling us the real. Super excited to have you back on the pod. Join us next time. 30 Minutes of Power. TOP. And until then, be a person using your power to empower others. Just like TT Leonard. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to 30 Minutes of Power. We hope you found today's episode informative and inspiring. To stay connected with us and continue the conversation, follow us on Instagram at 30 Minutes of Power or email us at azironsharpensiron@gmail.com. Don't forget to visit our website at azisi.org to learn more about our mission and how you can get involved. Remember, your power can make a difference in the world. Let's be folks out there using our power to empower others.
30 minutes of power.